Good morning, students. Hope all are good and doing your studies well because only few days are left for final exam, right? So, students, today we will be studying something in geography. So, everyone, open your geography textbook. Page number 62, chapter number 10, Human Settlements. Children, what do you mean by human settlements? Human settlements means where people settle. Okay? Place where people settle is known as human settlements. So, let's start with the geographical explanation of this chapter now. Human settlements flourish at places with favorable geographical condition such as availability of water, conducive climate means mild climate, fertile land, etc. In the early settlements, the occupation of the people were dependent on the locally available natural resources. This gave rise to separate settlements of people engaged in a particular occupation. For example, people along the sea coast are engaged in fishing. The settlements became fishing hamlets. Kolivada. Hamlets means community of people smaller than village. Underline this and write down the meaning over there. Hamlets means community of people smaller than village. Forest dwellers or tribal people use forest produce for their livelihood. They live in forest areas in tribal settlements. Adivasi Padas. Now see children explanation of this paragraph. As we all know, our basic needs are food, clothing and shelter. Right? That is our basic needs. Food, clothing and shelter. But human settlements, children, it flourishes at a places where we get availability of water, the climate become conducive, mild and the land become fertile. When these three things are available, are favorable, human settlements can flourish at those places. In a particular area, a particular occupation is done by all the people, and that particular occupation is named as Kolivada or fishing hamlets. You can see this in the picture, children. Fishing hamlets or Kolivada. Hamlets means community of people smaller than village. So, these fishing hamlets, these are the people, children, they engaged in fishing and live, settle near the sea coast, and the main occupation is fishing. That's why, children, they are given a specific name, and that name is known as fishing hamlets or Kolivada. Understood? Similarly, children, there are people who settle near the forest area. Okay? They are known as tribal hamlets. So, the settlement is named on the basis of their occupation, which is done in the early settlements. Right? Let's see the next paragraph now. Farmer families built their houses in or near the fields. These settlements gradually grow bigger. The settlements were the original occupations of the majority of the people are based on natural resources are called rural settlements. Agriculture, fishery, etc. are some of this occupation. Now see children, explanation of this paragraph. Farmers, children, they settle down near the fertile land, means the land which is favorable for cultivation. They build their houses near the fertile land. Why? To do the agriculture. And slowly and gradually the houses increases and it turns into rural settlements. Understood children? Where farmer lives, they settle near the fertile land where they can do the agriculture, and slowly their houses increases and it turns into rural settlement. Understand? When we name the settlement as a rural settlement, means their majority of people do the occupation that is mainly based on available natural resources, right? Whatever occupation majority of people are doing, children, that was based on natural resources that was available nearby. They will earn their money or livelihood from the agriculture available in the surrounding. Then the settlement is known as rural settlement. For example, children, it may be agriculture, fishery, etc. are some of this occupation or example of rural settlements. Understood children? Now let's see the next paragraph. With the passage of time, other associated occupation also develop gradually in these rural settlements. As a result, people from surrounding areas migrate and settle there, leading to an increase in the rural population. Houses are built and different facilities are developed for the growing population. Now see children, here what happened? As we all know that food, clothing, shelter is our basic needs, right? But when the settlement increases, population increases, there is a more need of education, right children? As population increases, what happens? There is more need of education. So, for the education, they build a school and they get a teacher. That is other occupation that is not related to agriculture, right children? This is not related to agriculture. This is a other occupation, okay? Associated occupation we say, or not related to the natural resources. And then what happens children? There may be a need of health center, right? As population increases children, there may be need of health center also. A small health center means a clinic. Am I right? Because health is also a basic necessity, right? नॉट ओनली फूड, क्लोथिंग एंड शेल्टर, बट हमारी हेल्थ भी जो है वो क्या है, हमारी बेसिक नेसेसिटी है. फॉर दैट दे नीड अ स्मॉल हेल्थ सेंटर. So for that they build a hospital or small clinic. Then the occupation increases. Then when these facilities increases, the traveling transport are also increases. Right children? Then there may be a rise of traveling system, that auto rickshaw, buses and all. So slowly and gradually, with the passage of time children, as the population increases, rural settlement also develop, and as a result people from the surrounding area migrate. People from the rural area, they start migrating to the other areas, means they settle, they migrate to urban areas. Understood children? See once again what happened children. When the population increases, education will going to increases. When education increases children, we need a teacher, right? So when population increases, not only education increase, but we need a health center also, right? Because health is also our basic necessity. So when all these facilities increases children, with the passage of time, when population increases, all these facilities increases. So obviously children, rural settlements slowly and gradually start developing, and as a result people migrate from rural area to urban area. Okay, now we are going to learn about primary occupation, secondary occupation and tertiary occupation. Let's see what is this. Importance of secondary and tertiary occupation increases. The proportion of people engaged in primary occupation declines. This process leads to the transformation of rural settlements into urban settlements. Due to religious, historical, commercial, educational and administrative reasons, are also due to tourism, the original settlement may transform into urban one. If the population and the necessary amenities increase on a large scale, the urban areas grow into metropolitan cities. Student, underline this word metropolitan. Metropolitan means large populated urban area where population is in large number. Got it? Now let's see the explanation. Children, let's see what do you mean by primary occupation, secondary occupation and tertiary occupation. This you might have learned in 5th standard also. Primary occupation means whatever the natural resources that is available in our surrounding, that is known as primary occupation. Okay, whatever natural resources that is available in our surrounding, when people use those natural resources, okay, for doing some occupation, that natural resources or that occupation are known as primary occupation. For example, farmers, fishermen, mining, hunting, lumbering, these all are examples of primary occupation. This is the first stage of occupation. Now let's see the next one. Next is secondary occupation. Secondary occupation means here the people start doing the work in some other factory or a small industry, that is known as secondary occupation. For example, industry are example of secondary occupation. Mining, transporting, extracting. Okay, so this extracting, mining area, these all are example of secondary occupation. Here what people are doing, children? They are working in some other factories or small industries. Okay, they are doing some work in some other places, in factories or industries, right? Here we are not using natural resources, right? So this is known as secondary occupation. Third one is tertiary occupation. Tertiary occupation, children, means it is consist of all services and occupation. For example, health and education, transport, administration, etc. So these all are example of tertiary sector. Tertiary occupation means here all service sectors are included. Okay, it comes under tertiary sector. So these are the three types of occupation on which, children, we decide for the ruler, okay, on which we can decide. For example, children, ruler, only primary occupation. Okay, in rural area what people do, their main occupation is primary occupation, that is agriculture. So out of these three occupation we decide, children, like in rural people do primary occupation. In town, children, it is secondary occupation. People are working in factory. And in cities, children, it is tertiary occupation, right? All service sectors are included, right? Administration and all. So these are the three types of occupation. Understood, children? Now see this pyramid, everyone. Can you see the pyramid which is appearing on your mobile screen? Okay, can you all see those pyramid? Let's see, children. This pyramid give an idea about the development. Okay, first, children, can you see it is a tribes. Okay, in that pyramid, children, the first one is tribe. Here, children, what happened? Population is very low. Tribal people means who live in forest area. So here the population is low. Now come down. Second one is rural population. Okay, it is a rural population. When population slowly increase and then more people migrate from rural area where facilities increases, then it turn into urban area, that is third one. Okay, in rural, as facilities increases slowly, population increases, what happen? People also migrate, so it turn from rural area to urban area. And then, children, much more metro population migrate to an urban area, right? So when these people, much more people, metro people, when they migrate to an urban area, it turns into metropolitan city. Which city? Metropolitan city. Means here population are in large number. Large populated urban area are known as metropolitan city. Is it clear to you everyone till this? Three pyramid. First is tribes. Okay, people live in forest. Here the population is very low. Then slowly population increases. Okay, and then more people migrate from rural area to urban area. Then more population migrate to an urban area, and then it turns into metropolitan city, means large populated cities. So up till here, any doubt children? Up till here everything is clear to you? Okay, then so students, in the next class or a lecture we are going to study the major pattern of human settlement and the reason behind them. Means in the next lecture we are going to learn about the different types of human settlement and the reason behind them. Till then, everyone copy down your notes and go through the video once again. Thank you.